best decision I could have made at that point to come to Hong Kong. I have so many good memories. 𝗬𝘂𝗆𝗆 especially could offer a world-class education with English as the medium of instruction.
Timo, great to see you again. Thanks a lot for joining us for this quick chat. Timo, you're a diplomat working in Finnish embassies around the world. Currently you're in Turkey. You're going to be in Beijing. So what are you doing now and what will you be doing when you go to Beijing?
Actually, being a diplomat on a day-to-day basis is not different from many other office jobs. We have a lot of online meetings like this. We write a lot of reports, memos to the government. I think the most interesting part of my job is to organize high-level visits. In Beijing, I will be in charge of the press and cultural section. So mainly we'll be doing country branding, we'll be planning events, we'll be reporting on the media situation in China, and we're trying to make Finland better known in the Chinese mainland and in Hong Kong as well.
So taking you back a little while to your HKU journey, you joined us, I think you'd done 1 year of undergraduate study in Finland, and then you came to HKU and you double majored in PPA and geography. So tell us, why did you take that set of decisions? Why leaving Finland? Why coming to Hong Kong? And why your majors?
I mean, I was born and raised in Helsinki, Finland, and I think I wanted a change of environment. I wanted to do something different, something a bit more international, get out of that bubble, hometown bubble maybe. And I was interested in politics, especially in international politics. So I think that's why I chose to study PPA.
So why Hong Kong U? I mean, all of what you've just said you could have done in other parts of Europe, which would have been a more conventional choice. You could have gone to the States, or you could have gone to somewhere like Australia or South America. Why would you want to come to Hong Kong?
The reason why I probably chose Hong Kong over other cities in East Asia was because Hong Kong U especially could offer a world-class education with English as the medium of instruction. And also in terms of funding, it was quite competitive.
So how did your time at Hong Kong U, your 3 years as an undergraduate student, how did that shape what you went on to do and what you're doing today?
Well, definitely I wouldn't be here without having studied in Hong Kong and without having studied politics and public administration. But what I learned, and I think what is useful for my job and for probably any position anywhere in the world, is the kind of critical thinking, communication with people from different kind of backgrounds, because that's what we do on a day-to-day basis as diplomats, try to communicate our positions and try to understand the diplomatic other, normally a person from another culture, other ethnicity and so on. So I think that was the main lesson I learned at Hong Kong U.
Hong Kong's one of those cities where you can go as deep or as shallow as you like with local culture. If you want to, you can spend your entire life living in English and really kind of operating on that basis. Or you can do a deep dive into Chinese, which can of course be Cantonese or Putonghua or in fact other languages. So how were your 3 years at Hong Kong U in terms of that?
It might sound like a cliche, but it was maybe a soft landing to Asia, because as you said, you could live a European lifestyle if you wanted, and that's what we did with many of the international students. We would go to eat European food, hang out with international students, but at the same time I lived in a traditional student hall. I had a lot of Hong Kong classmates, which was very helpful. They invited me for Chinese New Year dinners and whatnot. So I think that helped me a lot. And I appreciate the connections that I made and I still have today, especially with the local students in Hong Kong. I actually went on a student exchange in mainland China at Peking University for 1 semester to study Mandarin Chinese. I mean, it's still not very good, but at least I have some basics to take with me when I move to Beijing.
What's your best memory of Hong Kong U, whether it's kind of on the academic side or on the hall side? What do you retain today?
I don't know how much time do we have. I mean, I would have so many good memories. But actually, many of the best memories are not from Hong Kong. Not to say, I mean, I have a soft spot for Hong Kong, but some of the best memories from my Hong Kong youth times where, for example, an internship I did in Ghana, it was part of my studies. We had to go for an overseas internship. It was just so different. And I think it was a good bonding experience because, none of us had been to Africa, and we did something that felt very meaningful to us. We were working in an NGO that works with HIV positive children.
Looking back to yourself then and thinking about students who are that age now, what advice would you give them?
I do think that you should go and study something and some place that tests your limits. Don't always stay within your comfort zone, but try something new and continue learning something different. And it took some time to adjust. So I think that's also something that everybody should understand, that finding your own community, finding your new friends, it will take some time. And it was the best decision I could have made at that point to come to Hong Kong.
Great. Well, it's been fabulous speaking with you and nice to reconnect after several years. Thanks, Timo. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.